Hello everyone. Today's lesson is about who were the Umayyad Caliphate or the Umayyad Caliphs. This lesson is number 6, Unit 2, in Social Studies Year 8. As we know, each lesson we have to understand the learning objectives, which is the goals of the lesson itself. We have also summarize this lesson. I summarized it earlier and I sent it on blended. And I hope you can reach this lesson in the blended summarize with an exercise or homework that you must submit on and during the next week, inshallah, during this week. So the learning objectives of this lesson is to consider how the Umayyad Caliphate began. You have to know and to know where does the Umayyad Caliphate began. Uh, and we wanted to discover the expansion of the Islamic Empire during the Umayyad period. Before we started, we have to understand certain things. We call it the events of a fitna. Actually, this event is not included in exam or in a book, but it is very important for us to understand the headlines of the fitna that happened barrier to Umayyad Caliphate. So it's explained for us uh, how did and how did they take power after the Rashidun Caliphate and who ruled during the Umayyad Caliphate. We know previously, before the starting of Umayyad dynasty, it was a Rushdian Caliphate. During that time, there was a war was led between Muslims, uh, scholars of, let's say, Muslims, caliphates or caliphs. The conflict before the Umayyad Caliphate and the political and military intervention among the Muslims. There was that's what Al Fitna Al Kubra was all about. It started from Uthman, Khalifa Uthman from 644 to 656. He appointed his relatives and governors, and there was also a complaint about the leadership that led to a protest in Egypt, Kufa, and Barsa. And at the end, he unfortunately got assassinated in 656 CE. So actually, this is a debatable issue. It needs more deeper reading and to discover uh, the actually what happens during the period of Khalifa Uthman. So the Caliph Ali also in 656 and 661 became a Khalifa after Uthman, and he faced a major oppositions. The main issue was punish killers now or later. So Khalifa Ali was thinking to punish the killers later after the settlements, while some other Muslims were thinking that they must punish the killers now. That was led the major opposition in his period. Then there was two important battles during that period, the period of Khalifa Ali. The first one was called the Battle of Camel, led by Aisha and Taha and Talha, and Zubair, demanded the justice for Uthman and those who killed Uthman. They must be judged. And at the end, the result for Ali. The result came for Ali. So you see, Aisha, Aisha was opposite position of Ali. She was against Ali. Uh, Ali's part. So the Battle of Safin started from 657. It ended. It was between Ali ibn Abi Talib and Muawiyah. Muawiyah, the first ruler in Umayyad Caliphate, and ended by arbitration, or let's call it a negotiation. So the the end of the conflict is that Ali ibn Abi Talib assassinated in 661 and by one of the Khawarij, and Muawiyah became the ruler and started the Umayyad Caliphate. So you can consider Umayyad Caliphate is the first dynasty, Muslim dynasty during that time. So let us go and discuss the main point. How did they took control the Umayyad? The Umayyad ruled between 661 to 750 after the Rashidun Caliphate, after the assassination of Ali ibn Abi Talib, and before the Abbasid Caliphate also. How did they take control after the death of the fourth Caliphate? Ali ibn Abi Talib, there was a conflict about the leadership, of course, and Muawiyah governed of Syria and became a Khalifa of 661 CE. He moved to the capital of Damascus and started Umayyad rule. Then the first thing, or distinguish their period, they moved the capital from Kufa to Damascus. And what did they do? They expanded the empire wildly, actually. That's one of main achievements also to the North Africa, including Egypt, Spain, Europe, parts of Central Asia. And they organized and governed empire by controlling proveniences and collecting taxes and building roads and trade routes and making Arabic the official language. So this is one of the very important achievements for them, is to make the Arabic the official language. How did the life change under them? The empire became larger, more powerful, and the trade and agriculture and cities grow and improve. The Arabic language and the Islamic culture spread widely. Why did they fail? They failed because some people was opposite in their rule, because the roots of this conflict, started from the Rashidun Caliphate during the Ottoman Ibn Affan period, where he get assassinated for different reasons. So they think, some of the scholars think, he used to sign his relatives in a position in the Islamic State. But some others think that he wasn't doing that actually, but otherwise he was appointing those he trusted them, who trusted them. Uh, the position weakened them. That position weakened them, and the 750 CE, the Abbasids took over. So who were the Umayyads? Umayyad Caliphs was the first Muslim ruling family. We can call him a dynasty. Before that wasn't known in Islam. Islamic system and politics was known as Khalifa system. It wasn't a dynasty. Dynasty by the meaning that the king and his son and son and son and so on. That's the monarchy. Dynasty is a monarchy. But Islam wasn't start as a dynasty, but rather it was elected Khalifa, or Khalifa represent the president in our nowadays standards. They started ruling in 661 CE after earlier caliphate. Before Umayyad, after Prophet Muhammad died in 632 CE, the Rashidun Caliphate ruled first, and the Umayyads took over in 661 to 750. Um, and how did they came to the power? They were was a civil war, and Muawiyah became a Khalifa in 661. He started the Umayyad dynasty. What changes did they make? They made Damascus the capital, and they controlled the huge empire in the Middle East, North Africa, Spain. They used Arabic as the main language and improved the government and organization. They expanded the empire through the trade and conquest. The problems: some people opposite their rule. This causes a conflict and weaken it later. So let's take a look at the important rulers. We started with Muawiyah, who is the founder. Then after them his son Yazid, then Muawiyah second, then Abu Malik, Abdul Malik, and in